Good evening, middle-class peasants. I'm the gay one from CNN, Anderson Cooper, and I will be your moderator for tonight's debate. Now, since Jake Tapper and Dana Bash eloped over the past weekend, we only have cardboard cutouts of them. Fortunately, the cardboard versions are actually more productive than the real ones. Anyway, back to me. Now, if you've been living under a rock for the past 7 months, or you live in that sewage hole they call Canada, please meet the only people the Democratic Party was able to scrape up from the bottom of the barrel this year. Former Secretary of State and wife of Monica Lewinsky's ex-boyfriend, Hillary Clinton. And of course, Senator from Vermont and poster child for hairbrush ads, Mr. Bernie Sanders. Now, our first question tonight goes out to Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton. Hitlery Clinton. No, the girl one. So, Hillary, your critics have reportedly called you shrill, cruel, heartless, and for lack of a better word, murderous. How can the American people still view you as, a relatable human being?
Well, Anderson, I think the voters can trust me because I'm just like them in every way given. I pay low taxes. I use tire cleaning spray in my hair, and I roll up to my $1,000,000 mansion every day rocking those 9-inch dagger heels and wearing my favorite pantsuit made out of only the finest of snakeskin. I'm just like you, America. And just like any other typical casual middle-class voter, I too have a bank account with a balance that has more digits than your phone number.
Spoken like a true gentleman. Now, on to Senator Sanders. Senator, your campaign has been running on the promise that you will make college free. Now, how exactly do you plan on paying for that?
Well, Anderson, I'm glad you asked me that question. You see, I am running for president so that I could lead an unprecedented political revolution to take on the billionaire class. Let me be clear. 14% of 3 out of every 5 people within the 70% of the total 90% of the 53 out of 94% of the 5 billionaires who cheat money out of 52% of 7.5% of 48% of the middle class, out of the additional 97% of the top 10%, out of the 0.1% of the top 15% of Americans are being ripped off by Wall Street. Not good enough, America.
Those statistics you got off a fortune cookie are great and all, but could you answer the question, Senator Sanders?
Anderson, of course. You know, you and I have a lot in common. The age-deteriorating hair, the love for the musical Cats, and the complete and utter distaste for cellular telephone devices. Why does my wife need to talk to me when I'm not home? That's the whole purpose of me not being home in the first place. We'd be better without cellular telephone devices, Anderson. We don't need them. In a nation where I am president, you won't need a cellular telephone device. Bernie Sanders, 2016, bless up.
The problem with that, Bernie, is that you're a one-issue candidate. You see, I care about everyone in this great nation. I care about people who are 18 or older with a voter's registration license. I care about people who don't know what emails are. I care about people who are too young to remember me and my husband's numerous scandals.
Did somebody say numerous scandals?
Bill, what are you doing? You were to stay in the car with the windows cracked.
Oh, but Wrinkle Rag, you already know it's too hot in the car. Not as hot as me, though.
Alright, homies, let's remember to stay tight in this hizzy. Now, Senator Sanders, you have been criticized for being repetitive during your speeches. How would you respond to these claims?
Well, Anderson, I realize that I tend to say the same words over and over again. And I also realize that I tend to say the same words over and over again. In fact, you can actually print out the Bernie Sanders drinking game from my website. Every time I say Wall Street, you take a shot. Every time I say Goldman or Sachs in the same sentence, you sip your tequila. And every time I mention democratic socialism, you take a swig of somebody else's beer. Last person to finish their beer pays for everyone's college.
Sure, America. You can get drunk with Bernie over here all you want. You see, I'm running for president because I like change, but not just any change. I like the change that converts into hope. And why do I like hope? Because we can hope for better change. And we can't hope for change without change, because change is what's changing this country's change. I like change. Give me your change.
You know, Hillary, with all the money you take out of Goldman Sachs, I'm surprised you need people's change. Oh, need some ice for that burn? God. Oh, I busted another hip.
Alright, let's calm down now, Bernie. Don't have another stroke. Now, Secretary Clinton, how do you feel about women's rights?
Well, Anderson, as I've advocated before, I am a huge supporter of rights for women everywhere.
Did somebody say women everywhere?
Bill, I told you to wait in the car. What are you doing back here?
Well, the cops chased me back into the building after they found out I was smoking crayons in the limo.
Again?
Now we move on to answering questions from YouTube. Don, would you please read us that first question?
Anderson, the first question just says first.
What? That is undoubtedly a well thought out question. What's the next comment?
Well, the second comment says first as well.
Preposterous. You can't have two first comments.
Oh my God, there's more of them. Who wrote these? 11-year-old kids on crack? Because our kids should not be on crack. The American children who are on YouTube should not be on crack. They should be eating candy and hopping scotch in the street and whatever children do these days, because I'm Don Lemon and I don't know these things anymore, because I'm an old man in a young man's body. And sorry, it's just you've made me use the internet, and the internet makes people angry, including me, Don Lemon. Have I said my name enough times? Because I fear people will forget who I am if I don't say my name.
You know what? Just read the first question you can find.
All right, here we go. This question is from some idiot named Akash Lego Productions, asking, how do you feel about dank memes? Senator Sanders, we'll start with you.
You know what? I'm glad you asked that because I would like to be clear on this issue. I mean it when I say that coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. And memeing together is success. Dank memes are a basic human right. And my Republican friends want to repeal this right. I disagree. We need to take the spicy memes out of big banks and distribute them amongst the people. We must rebuild the dank class because you see, we are living in a society where nearly all new memes go to the top 1%. Not good enough, America.
Powerful words. Hillary?
After checking with my campaign manager, I now know what a dank is, and I can safely say that I am in support of this proposal.
Oops, you know what that sound means? It means the airports have closed and our ratings have now dropped to 3 people in total watching this debate, 2 of which are probably having a small stroke. Therefore, it's time for the closing arguments. Hillary, let's start with you.
Well, America, I've been involved in American politics since the 70s, and I am making my point clear that I will never leave until I'm finally elected as your supreme leader. So you can either vote for me in this election cycle, or the next one, or the next one. Because the Clintons are just like fatal heart conditions. Once you think we're gone, we come back stronger, slowly plotting your demise, getting ready to go in for the kill. Thank you. And God bless the Americans that are registered to vote.
Well, America, thank you for listening to my painfully annoying voice tonight. I know it sounds like I'm gargling marbles. I get that. That is a valid statement. But I hope you know that marbles or no marbles, I am always fighting for the middle class. In fact, I actually witnessed a Walmart robbery yesterday, but I did nothing to stop it because Walmart is robbing the middle class in the first place. I'm looking out for you, the people. And I know people don't tend to take me seriously. In fact, this is probably the longest airtime I've ever gotten on CNN. I mean, I look like the old man you see at the nursing home, sitting in the back yelling at his pudding. And although I respect your opinion, I also respect the pudding's opinion. Everyone needs their voice to be heard. And I can assure you that when I am president, pudding will no longer have to feel oppressed by society. So America, when you go to vote this year, consider all your choices. And then remember Bernie and think, he's not great, but he'll do.
Well, that's our debate. Make sure to stay tuned for a special Democratic election version of Naked and Afraid coming up next. I'm Anderson Cooper, and you're watching Our Country's Decline.